A reading from the Acts of the Apostles. In those days, King Herod laid his hands upon some members of the church to harm them. He had James, the brother of John, killed by the sword, and when he saw that this was pleasing to the Jews, he proceeded to arrest Peter also. It was the feast of the unleavened bread. He had him taken into custody and put into prison under the guard of 4 squads of 4 soldiers each. He intended to bring them before the people after Passover. Peter thus was being kept in prison, but prayer by the church was fervently being made to God on his behalf. On the very night before Herod was to bring him to trial, Peter, secured by double chains, was sleeping between 2 soldiers, while outside the door guards kept watch on the prison. Suddenly the angel of the Lord stood by him, and a light shone in the cell. He tapped Peter on the side and awakened him, saying, "Get up quickly." The chains fell from his wrist. The angel said to him, "Put your belt and your sandals on." He did so. Then he said to him, "Put on your cloak and follow me." So he followed him out, not realizing that what was happening through the angel was real. He thought he was seeing a vision. They passed the first guard, then the second, and came to the iron gate leading out to the city, which opened for them by itself. They emerged and made their way down an alley, and suddenly the angel left him. Then Peter recovered his senses and said, "Now I know for certain that the Lord sent his angel and rescued me from the hand of Herod, and from all that the Jewish people had been expecting." The word of the Lord. Good morning. God can do anything, literally anything. Today's reading from the Acts of the Apostles and the story of Peter being freed by the angels is a wonderful example of the power of God when we pray. I need to be reminded of this on a regular basis. There are always those times when something in our lives seems overwhelming and we can't deal with it. We think we have to deal with it. We have to carry the load. We have to figure it out. This is the very time when we need to ask God for help. Ask God for the strength to get something done. Sometimes we need to simply give it over to God because we are overwhelmed. You've all heard the story of a man who had a dream of walking with Christ on the beach. At the end of the walk, the man looked back and saw the footsteps in the sand. He noticed at the most difficult times in his life, there was only one set of footprints. The man asked Christ, "Lord, why did you abandon me during my most difficult times?" Christ asked the man why he thought Christ abandoned him during the most difficult times. And the man said, "Because there was only one set of footprints in the sand." Christ responded by saying, "Those are the times when I carried you." Say a prayer and ask God for his help. Ask him to carry you if you need it. Trust me when I tell you, he will. I know firsthand. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. It's Friday. God bless.